can start. Okay, so guys, I'm introducing you this evening Cloud Syler, which is a very good and talented artist and also Tekken player. She plays Li Chaolan. Am I correct?
Yes, of course.
Your main is Li Chaolan. She's pretty good. It happened also to play a little bit with her when I met her randomly ranked. And her real name is Nadia. She's from Germany, and she's here this evening to have little speak about Tekken 8. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I introduced you, but you could introduce also yourself, like, to the chat as well.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Actually told everything about me. So far, I'm an artist. I'm a Tekken player in general. We have a lot of interesting topics to talk about. And it's something about Tekken 8, fighting games in general. How is the future of the FGC so far with the new games which are coming up? And I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, so I'm happy to have you here, Nadia. So, what do you think about Tekken 8 so far, in general, in terms of graphics and mechanics?
I think that the graphics are gorgeous right now. What we were allowed to see at the moment, and they made a very big step from the Tekken 7 to Tekken 8. This is an incredible step forward to the graphics, to the movements, to actually everything, especially what is coming to the facial expressions.
True.
Amazingly, what we could see so far. I'm actually very excited to see more of Tekken 8. What is coming next? Which characters we will see in the next trailers?
Yeah. I'm really happy about how they look in terms of graphics, despite some people always bragging something and complaining. But the characters are very expressive, so they changed the design, the new clothing, also the new pole, for example, looks pretty cool. We have seen just a few characters so far, so basically just Jun, Kazuya, Jin, Lars, Paul, and Law. And that's it for now. So I'm also still looking forward to see Jun's gameplay, but we will also talk about that. And then they just dropped Lao trailer yesterday. I still haven't watched that, but okay. I just saw a screenshot of his face. It was so detailed. I don't know. Do you think it's Marshall or Forrest? What do you think?
Actually, I am not sure anymore because he's looking so young. The last time that he looks more older and more daddy-like, I would say, was in the fifth part of Tekken. But later on, till Tekken 6 and then Tekken Tech 2, he became somehow younger looking. And I think it's still Marshall, but maybe they make it somehow a plot twist and it's maybe a Forest Law, because he's way too young in the Tekken 8 trailer. It seems to me he's very young looking. But I think they just want to stick with martial law because he has more the expression for Bruce Lee, because Bruce Lee was a little bit older when he unfortunately died. So I think they stick with martial law in this Tekken 8 situation. I think it is Marshall, still Marshall. But
yeah,
maybe,
it should still be Marshall, I think. Even though I see that, it's like Paul has a very good relationship with both Marshall and Forrest. So it could be either one of the two. That's the funny part, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, the story between the three guys is very funny, very wholesome, and of course very tragic because Forslaw has some of the motorcycle accident. So maybe this is the reason why he don't show up in the next Tekken part so far. But you're absolutely right. The story between the three guys is very wholesome. I hope we can get more details on the story. What happened to Boris Law? What happened to Martial Law? What is the intention of Paul getting stronger than he is actually right now? Yeah, I'm very excited about this. whole
Yeah, I'm
Tekken
also very excited, really. And I wonder how they will keep the roster, if they're gonna change everybody's design or just a few. Just some of them are gonna still be the same, or some others are gonna be changed radically. I wonder, because so far we've seen like Kazuya is still Kazuya. They just made his outfit and appearance more badass. And Jin finally now has like a biker outfit. Is it? Does it look like more like a biker outfit to you?
If you ask me like right now of this, I didn't think about that. To be honest, I think the biker stuff, what he has in the recent games, is almost gone. It's looking more casual right now, with the t-shirt under this jacket and the hoodie, still the hoodie-like jacket. I think they try to make a new design with him, but very slowly, because they don't want to get totally rid of his old character, this biker wild guy. So I think they mixed it a little bit. It's looking casual, but still we know he is a biker or something, or he likes motorbike.
Yeah, I
general.
think it's like his biker outfit really reminds me of Tekken's free outfit. That still, in my opinion, it's the best because it's casual, but at the same time, it makes him look like it's a badass guy. Not just
Absolutely.
yeah, because I still cannot like get over the fact that since Tekken 4, he changed to be a more like depressed emo guy with the karate G, which okay, some people liked it, but I also noticed that many people missed the old Jin with the more Mishima style, but also like his attitude, it was better. I was better before, because the thing that he turned out evil, it's something that I don't feel like really fits the character overall, even though it's also cool to see the character developing this personality from time to time. I don't know if you had the same feeling or not.
Of course, yeah, you are absolutely right. I think they do this kind of change in his personality to show the conflict that he has, because he had actually something from the Kazama bloodline, which is something pure angelic-like. And then he has, of course, the devil gene, which makes him even evil, or have these thoughts of having power, and power is everything. And like in the Tekken 8 trailer, he doesn't even have these thoughts anymore about to be the most powerful man, to destroy the world, or just to have more power than Kazuya. He changed, and this is the nice thing about Jin, why I really like to play him, because he has these two characters inside of him who are fighting each other, who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. And I think this is a good decision, and I know and understand totally that people don't like the emo or the bad guy of Jin, but it makes sense. It makes sense, of course, in the storyline.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that we still also both prefer the original Jin.
Yes,
I'm
definitely.
gonna adjust that. And what do you think of June design instead?
I think it's better than the Tekken Tech 2 one. I'm not that big fan of her shoes in
Over
Tekken Tag
shoes.
2. Yeah, the shoes in
Yeah.
Tekken Tag 2. I don't know what the thoughts behind that was, but not my style. But
Yeah,
what she
same.
wearing?
Same.
Yeah, no.
I never liked her shoes. I don't know why they never can be able to give her some decent shoes. I mean,
Yes,
June,
I
what's your
know.
problem? Is it now or is it you two have a bad taste? I'm still wondering, you know?
Absolutely. I don't get it. Really, it was a very very weird decision. I hate
I don't know.
it.
Like, her dress is still nice. It
Mhm.
is still pretty. It still reminds of the original, but with some more details, but like a little bit fantasy. Because anyway, still, it's not really clear if the character comes from another dimension or as if it's just a projection from the sky, like the shown in a Tekken Tag 2 ending, or if it's really just her. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm absolutely clueless about this as well because we don't even know that much about June. What happened to her after Tekken 3? Most people say she's dead. Other people say she's unknown or changed her appearance and things like that. We don't even know what Yun is all about. What we know is she's back. Maybe she wasn't even dead, or she just disappeared for any reason. We will maybe see in Tekken 8 why she disappeared. But you are absolutely right with the clothing. The clothing reminds me very much to Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 14. It's more like this kind of style. I don't know why the decision was to make these kind of clothes for Lars, for example, or for Yun. They look very, very Final Fantasy like, but it fits them. Especially to Yun, it is this more fairy tale like fantasy. She's loose, she's elegant, she's that what Yun every time was presented. And I think it fits her very well. It doesn't change her personality or seems to be all over the place. No, it fits very good to her, I think. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I also feel like the dress is overall pretty good. The design is good. Just both agree that they should change the shoes because all the time it's just something messed up. Also,
Of course.
I liked their Tag 2 clothing, but there was still the problem with the shoes.
Yes, absolutely. Everything was fine, but then you look at the shoes and then, okay, that's weird.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know really. Even when I had to do the cosplay, I was like clueless because I bought some summer shoes, and then I just had to cover the bigger finger instead to cover just some of the part of the finger feet, and I'm like, okay. It was strange. Still nowadays. And then we saw Kazuya, Nina, also Nina. For example, like Nina's Tekken 7's version was with this wedding dress. It was still an interesting idea. Looking at her that way, it was good. But now with Tekken 8, I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think so. The wedding dress was just a part of the story between her and Anna. A very weird story, but okay. And then Tekken 8, I think they started to make Nina again this cool assassin, this agent kind of character, the femme fatale, you know, that she every time was.
Yeah.
I mean, she is the first lady in Tekken, so they have to make a very good redesign on her. And I think in Tekken 8 they overdid themselves. This jacket with this nice dress, still very feminine, but with the leather jacket, you know, oh my God, she is feminine. She's great, but she can also kick the living garbage out of you. So maybe don't get her mad or something. And the sunglasses, you know, this kind of assassin be an assassin, to be a bit shady. I think they made a very, very good job on her. And I think it just can get better.
It can get better, you think?
Yes, can't get better. If they don't mess up, of course.
The Tekken's 8 design, you mean?
Yes.
So you overall happy about how she looks?
Absolutely, she looks very cool.
I feel like that it's cool that now she can use guns. And she has all these cinematic moves. I mean, it's like everybody now have it, you know.
Yes.
But I don't know, also some people had like different opinions about it. Personally, at first I was like, looks like a camion driver to me at first. I don't know, like I didn't thought it was that classy. But then I saw that in-game, and in-game it indeed looked better. It was just maybe at first glance that it looked like that. Like also with short hair. She always had like a ponytail, right? So now that I see her with short hair, it's like all female characters now have short hair. Just ponytail. I don't know, it's kind of... I was not ready for that, but it's good to change because they notice also people like to see characters developing, changing a little bit, because they used in the past that they were giving the characters the same appearance, like it happened for like over 20 years with Street Fighter. Then in the end they understood it was better to give them a different appearance to probably appear also new players or newcomers or whatever, because I mean that's the bigger audience after all. So yeah, also Paul with hair down like that. Like that was a bit shocking to see, you know. It reminds me a lot of Tekken 4's vibes, where he was not really believing it anymore into being a fighter. And that was his symbol. It means that he wants to fight when he has like his traditional haircut, like tower haircut. But now that he doesn't have them, I feel like at first I thought that this is not Paul, but it's still Paul in the end, because the overall design still fits pretty good. I don't know if you think the same thing or like you don't like it.
The idea is actually pretty cool. I really like to see new hairstyle on Paul, especially from the Tekken 4, because he looks very cool with that hair. But I think in Tekken 8 they messed up a little bit his hairstyle. On the back it seems that they shave all over the place, and on the front he has these kind of bangs. I'm not sure what to think about this new design. Maybe I have to see this more in-game, when it's coming out, of course. But at the moment it's very weird, so I'm not that kind of a big fan of this hairstyle. I thought they would make it more like Tekken 4, but they changed it a little bit too much, so it's a little bit uncanny. I don't know. I don't know even how to describe this, because it's looking very weird in some points, especially when he's moving a lot. It's looking very weird. Yes.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good in the end, I feel like. But of course, people weren't ready for that kind of a change of style. It was pretty sudden. I don't know if chat. I don't know. What do you feel like? Do you like the new Paul? Let me know. You like the new Tekken 7 design, or you not happy? Like with Nina's, for example, Jin, Paul, like all these. And yeah, so like there's a bit of topics to talk about, but I also am afraid we're gonna maybe go like just giving like too much information. I don't know, but like in terms of we talked about graphics now, but what about the system? That's like the interesting topic. At the same time, I could say it can be a bit tricky. Because new Tekken 7 system, in my opinion, it scares me a bit because it means that we're literally giving a cut to the past. It's going to give a radical change, and apparently most of the movesets is going to be more useless than before, maybe? I'm not too sure if I really understood it that well, because it's a bit tricky, like the gauge system and everything. I don't know if you're happy about that.
At the first time when they showcased it in TBT, I was a little bit shocked about all these changes because really, I'm on your side. I didn't understand anything that they were talking about. But when I started to watch it again and with the trailers, I was somehow okay. This could be actually pretty interesting because it's hard to understand. Of course, it's just a showcase. It's just a trailer. You don't feel it. You can't try things out by yourself. This is the reason why it is so hard to understand. And I think when we have the game, when we have this closed alpha thing, we could understand the system better. But what I saw recently, it changed everything. The whole meta is changed in Tekken. So people thought they would make the game more aggressive, but I think it is a mixture of both. You can be defensive, but you can be very offensive as well. So very aggressive style of playing. But the heat system is something very new. I think you have a lot of new possibilities to do combos, to end your combos, or making new wall carries as well. But like you said before, some of the moves seems useless to me at this point. But I don't know because I can't try it by myself.
Yeah.
I think in this point we have to wait, or maybe to rewatch the showcase or the trailers to analyze a lot of details, because this is very a new one. Tekken was never like this before, and I think that would attract a lot of new players in the game. And I think Namco knows what they are doing right now, and I think it's gonna be very huge.
Yeah, exactly. So I also have tons of mixed feelings. I think we do need a change. At the same time, I'm scared to see so much changing. And it only talked about attacking system, not much about the defense. And defense is not very clear because, well, they said they want to make the game more active looking. From what I understood, developers doesn't like to watch tournaments matches when players are just playing defensively. They just go backwards, just waiting the opponent to whiff. They want to see the action. And the beta is also something I always kind of thought about Tekken, despite watching it from like a more professional way and getting more into that mentality. I understand that also defense is a very great skill that needs to be rewarded. So like having the skill to do to have a good defense is important, and it's something that always kind of been like this in the past. But now fighting games are changing. Also, for example, Street Fighter 4, it was like this, from what I remember. It was much more defensive game than just attacking. And then since Street Fighter 5, the game had much more aggressiveness things. They changed it quite a bit. And same also with Tekken 7 with the Rage Drive system and all. And now it's getting even more like this. But still, I hope they will also speak more about how it works, the defensive system, and if I am really forced to just go in each system all the time or just not. Because then if I was forced to attack, it's gonna change definitely the system, and I'm not very sure about also what to think about it. I also like to watch more an aggressive gameplay. It's true. At the same time, it can be very chaotic. So I think it's gonna change a lot the new fighting games viewpoint in a sense. Have you watched like Street Fighter 6 trailers a little bit? What do you think about that?
Fortunately, I wasn't able to play it, but my sister managed to play it, and she's very happy with what she saw. What she saw in the beta, and what I saw, it seems very cool at first. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the system is working.
Okay.
It's the same like Tekken. It seems very aggressive, but at the same time, you have to defend yourself of this pressure. So there is nothing like you have to press and your opponent have to press. So you have to manage that your opponent stops pressing and it's your turn to attack. And I think this is like these focus attack dash cancel like of thing that they had in Street Fighter 4. They managed to use it again, but more stronger. My feeling what I have right now, it seems stronger. And I think that makes the game completely interesting because you have the ability to switch from aggressive to defensive and waiting. You have still the possibility to wait for the mistake of your opponent, and I think this is what the people like on Street Fighter right now, because that was missing in Street Fighter 5, because it was a very aggressive fighting style.
Yeah, I know Street Fighter is not really our main game, so I also like don't have like I don't have a point of view that is like I professional on it. But I have played Street Fighter 4 and also casually Street Fighter 3, but just I also liked that kind of gameplay, but I cannot really see me getting into it that much. But with Street Fighter 6, they gave also these all new systems that like I don't remember their names though. I'm so sorry. But okay, I didn't want to focus also. I didn't want to focus on this, but I thought it was interesting because anyway, Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 are going to be the new games anyway for the new era. So we're going to see a lot more about that, especially with the new price point they gave with the Street Fighter 6. We're gonna see a lot of it. And it's always been very traditional game and gameplay, so I wonder if that is gonna make the game more aggressive or not. But one thing that is connected about Street Fighter though is the new, like, okay, the topic I would like to talk about as well as a point is how women are like represented in fighting games. And because some people had some critics about it, and this both happened still in Street Fighter and Tekken. So because we saw Lidia that she got in Tekken, it was like something new that we got. So finally we got a woman that seems a little bit more mature. She's more sure of herself. I don't know. Do you like this idea? Cloud Syler, do you like it?
Yes, of course. I like it to have more mature female characters. Thing is, when Lidia came up, it wasn't really something new to me because I already knew the mature female characters. We already had them. Like Nina. Nina's a little girl. She is very confident. She knows what she's doing. The same with Anna, Zafina. These are very mature women. Kazumi, Yun. I think this is not really something new. The only thing that's really new about Lidia is her fighting style. It's a little bit more aggressive. It's a little bit more stronger. something new about a female character who is fighting more aggressive, stronger. I don't say that Nina and Anna doesn't have this kind of
Yeah,
fighting
but
style.
Dina and Anna also, they got the cryogenic sleep. So I don't really feel like that much of a change, you know? Yeah, they look more mature, but not really. They still look like 21, 22, in my opinion.
Sure, of course. Lydia seems not being that old either, so
Yeah, she doesn't
how
look that
can-
old. It's true. They claim that she's like 29. That is not even old. But I mean, like, we still haven't seen like an older woman, like at least 35, 40 years old. I don't know. We haven't seen that at least, or like in their 50s. I don't know if we're gonna ever see that. But at least maybe Lydia is going to be a small change, like to have more women that are more stronger personality and more mature. Because if she's like a prime minister, means that she's at least past 30 probably.
Mhm.
But all the other female characters in Tekken are like teenagers, because we have Xiaoyu, Lily, Xiaoyu, Lily, Asuka, Alisa. Well, Alisa is a robot, but they all look like 60 years old. And there's not much variety in this, but why? Why they don't give more variety? Like we saw in Mortal Kombat, there's Sonya, that she's 40 years old. She still looks good and she has a strong personality. But why we don't have this in Tekken? That was my question.
The thing is, I think this is a question of culture because in Japan, youth is something like a gift. Okay,
Yeah.
it's like even the people in Japan don't age that much. I saw Japanese women; they are 45 and they look like 29. I think it is what they already know about their own people. So in Mortal Kombat, you're absolutely right. This is a Western game. So the people in Western countries, they are aging a little bit more. So you can see if a woman is in her 40s, you can see that by a Western woman. But in Asian culture, you actually are pretty young looking according to your age, to a high age. I mean, look at Heihachi. He's over 80, but he looks like someone in his 50s, especially on his body type. Or Kazuya. Kazuya doesn't look like someone in his 50s. He looks like someone in his 40s or maybe end of 30s. So I think it is something from the culture. If you know something on your own culture, you reflecting it on your artworks, on your works, and this is what's happening in Tekken. Yun is over 40, I think. She has to be.
I mean, sorry, I couldn't hear. Who? She's 40?
Jun. Yes. She doesn't look like this.
Yeah, she's supposed to be 40, but she doesn't look like. Well, also what you said about the culture is true, because the thing is, in Japan, like they take in consideration a lot, like youth, like because there are idols in the entertaining scene. They start already to be like this at 14, 15 years old, but personally I see it out of the place. But it's their mentality, it's their culture anyway. So they're giving lots of value to this. At the same time, it could be also a matter of target, because maybe that's the age of the target of the game. It could be also that. That's why they adding mostly girls that just look like teenagers. But we still, even with this, I do feel like we still need some diversity. So I just hope that Lidia is going to be just the first step from where we're gonna see like more mature woman, and not just like Nina and Anna. It sounds a little bit fake to me, because they had this cryogenic sleep. So on the papers, they're 40, but they got frozen. So no, they don't show 20 years more than they really are. So it's a bit tricky. And about June, that's the real question, is that we don't know if it's like real June or if it's just some another entity that took her appearance. That's the thing.
That could be really a part of a story that she isn't even Yun. Maybe, of course, there's a possibility. We don't even know what they are doing with the story right now, because when we look at the older games, the story is a little bit all over the place. Sometimes she's alive, sometimes she's not alive, sometimes she has another appearance. No, she's Angel, no, she's not. And there are a lot of theories, especially in the animes, in the movies. There are a lot of new attempts to who could Yun be. This is absolutely correct. We don't know, we have to wait. But I think they will reveal something very huge in that story. They have to be. They just can't do, oh, here, it's Jun, but she don't have a story.
Nah.
But you, fan service, here she is. And I think...
Yeah, they need to explain this time. They cannot get away with it. I mean, she disappeared for more than 20 years. Like, they need to give us some explanation.
Absolutely. There's no way out this time.
Yeah, exactly. Don't know if you ever watched like Tekken anime.
I didn't watch it either.
You didn't?
Okay. No.
Well, I did, but it was so short. I wanted to see more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was June, so that was the main reason to watch it. But they said that they were going to explain a lot of things, but no, I don't think they could have explained much more. But okay, that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, like, they really need to give better explanation in the game, because otherwise it's not justified. Some people. So the other point was like, some people criticize the new Cammy's design in Street Fighter 6. They had tons of like discussion about it. So because you see that she's not wearing the same outfit she wore for over 20 years. She had this swimsuit that was supposed to be a soldier outfit, but it's like, you love the new Cammy? Yes, Keno, I love the new Cammy too. The new Cammy, but so people complained, and I don't know how is that possible, But now finally Cammy looks like more a normal woman with those yoga pants. But what could be? I don't know, Nadia. What do you think about that?
I think the new Cammy outfit looks good on her, but I understand the complaints about the changes, because in the recent years we saw a lot of changes by good established female characters who went a very bad direction, and I think this is the most fear of most of the people, especially the Cammy fans, who thinks that Cammy would have the same end like the other female characters. So the thing with Cammy is the pants looks good on her. You are absolutely right. After 20 years, there have to be a new style or something, maybe a redesign that fits more to Cammy. Now, the thing is with Cammy, she lost her silhouette, so the uniqueness of her with this long hair, with her pose.
Yeah.
Now she's more looking like Blue Mary from the KOF series. She has a more similar appearance to that, and I think this is the most huge thing that the people are scared of, that Cammy would never be Cammy again. This is what I think. This is the most great complaints what people have, and I totally understand that, of course.
Yo, Market, thank you so much for the subs. Much appreciated. I'm happy you like it, and Hi, Barkalam, the other guys. Yeah, it's good to see you. Hi. Thanks for the subs, really, my kid. Okay, so yeah, that's the point. So Nadia, she agrees with me. Yeah, like people are gonna get used to the new Cammy. New Cammy's design. I feel like it's pretty cool. And she needed like something that was giving her like more dignity and changing her design, like giving her yoga pants, cutting her hair. That is also a big thing, as you see. Like both Nina and Cammy now have short hair. You know. It's like
Absolutely.
the female fatal blonde now has short hair. Now they really want to keep like those things in common and everything, you know. I think it's a pretty cool idea. Like it's always the guys to somehow complain, but it's like you're giving more realistic appearance to women. Why you should complain? Like this is a sensitive topic for me and for the other girls, also for Nadia, guys, because like it's about how a female character has to appear in a fighting game, and I think that over sexualization is not good because also gives like it's too much. It's just I don't feel like it's a fair thing to do. Also, yeah, like if she's a fighter, she needs to dress in a different way. So that's my opinion. Also, apparently, Nadia is agrees with me. So, one of the last points. What do you think? What will happen in the future of fighting games? In your opinion, in terms of players with the new coming generation?
I think this is a bright future for fighting games at the moment, especially with the new games, Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8, with the whole new systems. So you can see the producer are targeting for new coming players. So we already have with Tekken 7. Tekken 7 was very successful with attracting new players. We see Haktan, who's destroying with Heihachi Ni and Super Akuma, and he's just only 20 years old. He just started with Tekken 7. So they are targeting especially for new players, and I think the future for fighting games is absolutely secure. We will see a lot of new players, a lot of people who still playing maybe, and everybody has this feeling they're starting in completely new fighting game because we are talking about Tekken right now. Tekken 8 will be completely different than all the other Tekkens we ever played. So this is the new beginning of new fighting games and new fighting community because everybody has to start with a completely new game, and I think this is very interesting, and we'll see who's gonna make to the top this time. The old ones or the new ones or the completely new ones. We will never know.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. So we think alike. In terms like of future fighting game. Yeah, also we saw the huge prize pot for Street Fighter. Have you seen that?
This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is absolutely crazy. I mean, fighting games are popular, but not that popular that you can have the millions with it. And I was surprised. I was surprised and shocked at the same time. But I think Capcom made a statement. They are very secure and confident with their new game, and they know they will attract maybe other players who had nothing to do with fighting games, and this is the reason why they dropped that large prize pool. This is insane for me. I never expected a prize pool like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I wonder if also Tekken is going to get the same treatment, because sadly, despite being one of the hardest competitive games, never really get the players, and the game itself never really gets enough recognition at competitive level, I do believe. Like, for example, Tekken Tag 2 was extremely hard game, especially for the quantity of stuff in it. But the game was like left alone somewhere. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I am still a little bit bitter about the fact that they supported the game just the first for 6 months. Don't even remember anymore. It's like what passed quite a bit of time. But the game was so hard and didn't get like players and the game itself didn't get enough to spotlight. I don't know if you have felt the same thing. Depends also if you have played enough Tag 2 or not.
Oh, I played very, very long time Tekken Tag 2, but you're absolutely right. Tekken Tag 2, it was a very fun game. It was very fundamental and hard to play, absolutely. But it almost destroyed the Tekken series because the people weren't so interested in the tech system because they find it very hard to play because there are players who just play one character, the character loyalist. So they have to compete with the other players. They have to learn another character, maybe a character who isn't even interesting for them. And this is the reason why most of the players, they said, no, I don't like Tekken Tag 2, I want to play Tekken 6 instead. And that destroyed the image of Tekken and of course a little bit the series. So they had to jump away from Tekken Tag 2 that so fast that they can. So they came up with Tekken 7 and you see over 7 million copies were sold. And it was a huge success, so I don't think that they will go to Tekken Tag 3 this time. But you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Tekken Tag 2.
Yeah, the game was hard, but it was needed that extra practice that then at the end, I feel like, I don't know, it was too tricky. Especially the tag system was a little bit flawed in my opinion. Did you like the Lee Violet tag thing?
Yeah, I liked it, but I found it very unnecessary because at the end of the day, it was the same character.
Yeah.
Violet has just less moves than Lee, and at the end of the day, they were the same characters, and they weren't strong at all. They were just good tech partners, but just in a couple of levels. If you were in the high levels, they couldn't carry you to the top. It was just impossible because they hadn't the moves that they needed to play the game correctly or of high level.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Lee would be enough, I think.
It would be, yeah. I mean, Lee and Violet, they were too similar. But Violet, I think it just had very, very few changes. It wasn't that much different from Lee. They just had like the tag move, whereas in 2-3 it was that move, and then you were tagging, and then so it was a good launch tag back then. I remember that.
Yeah.
Besides that, yeah, the game was so. It had a few things, but I still think nowadays if they were fixing a few things about the tag system, about a few other things, it would have been like one of the best Tekken games ever done. But yeah, it almost killed the franchise. So anyway, now we wanted to talk about Tekken 8, but I think we talked about all the points we needed. I don't know if Cloud Syler wants to take a last thing to say. Maybe about the new Tekken 8, or like, what do you think is going to be the next trailer character? Maybe.
I think the new Tekken trailer, the more huge Tekken trailer, will be at the EVO Japan. They will, of course, release June. That will be the new Tekken trailer because the people are waiting for her like lions for their meat. And I think this is the new trailer, which will be huge. The other trailers will be last. I think last will be the next one, I think. And then King, and then Jack. Jack is the last one. And on EVO Japan, it will be June, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I also would love to see June's trailer. I will be the first one to react to it, I think. I cannot wait to see it. Yeah, and Lars. But since now they announced that Paul, maybe next one is going to be a girl, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe Xiaoyu, I don't know.
Oh, Xiaoyu.
He's very popular. One of the legacy characters, I think, will be Xiaoyu.
Yeah, yeah, but like, I mean, about the characters we already saw, they're releasing trailers for each character. So before announcing a new character, maybe they're just gonna release first the gameplays.
Of course,
So
of course.
that's why we were just wondering between Lars, June, and Jack. That's the thing. But yeah,
Absolutely.
And yeah, I guess we could. I think we could. I didn't want to brag it for too long. Was wanted like a chill, cool podcast. And anyway, we still waiting for new news to talk about. Still, so there's going to be more. How do you say? There's going to be more stuff cooking to talk about. So. Because they're releasing little by little the new things. So, and yeah, that's it. I think I'm good. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I want to thank you so much, Cloud Syler, for staying with me with this podcast. We talk about some topics with Tekken 7, Tekken 8, Tekken 2. We talked about many things, and please go follow her. Because she has her social media, Cloud Syler on Twitter, and she was also streaming. I don't know if she's still streaming, but yeah. You still streaming, Cloud Syler?
I will start again in the next weeks.
Okay, that's good. Anyway, so go check her out. Gonna leave you her contact. What's this one? Don't have it out in hand, but there we go. Oh, well, okay. I'm gonna leave it later, I guess, because I don't have it like in this moment. But she's okay. Yeah, Cloud Syler. This one. Wait. Or the Twitter, yeah. So that's our Twitter, so you can watch it out. Oh, thank you, Keno, for the shout out. And yeah, so thank you so much, Nadia, and thanks for staying with us, giving you your time. And I guess I'll see you next time. And I wish you a good evening. Okay.
Thank you very much. I wish you a good evening as well. And yeah, have fun by streaming. If you're
thank you. I'm gonna post this also on YouTube.
Perfect.
And yeah, I can't wait. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank
See
you. Bye bye.
Ciao. Okay, that's good, guys. So we had Cloud Syler in streaming.